This video is brought to you by today's sponsor, you! Thank you to all of my Patreon supporters and channel members for supporting me so that I can make these videos. If you would also like to help support me and my channel, I will have links to my Patreon page and my channel membership in the description below. I'm actually going to teach 3 concepts today, and those are tum, and 좀. So we're gonna take a look at them one at a time, and first we're gonna start with 좀. 좀 means approximately, or around, or about. And it's used whenever you're making a guess or approximation. So this would be a guess about some amount, or maybe about a number, or maybe about a time. And the way it works is you attach it after a noun without a space. First though, I should note that 좀 is not a formal word. So you're not going to use it in your speeches, you're not going to use it in your essays, but for daily conversations with your friends or anyone else, even strangers, feel free to use it. So let me give you a few examples. First we have 2시간쯤, so about, approximately, around 2시간, around 2 hours. 한 개쯤, 한 개 is one thing, so about one. Or here's a sentence example. 6개월쯤, so about, around 6 months. 공부했어요, so I studied about, or approximately, or around 6 months. 6개월쯤 공부했어요, so I studied about 6 months. You can also use 좀 together with the verb 하다, to do, when you're saying something costs about an amount of money. So you could say 1,000원쯤 해요, so it is about 1,000 won. Note though, this is a casual way of just saying the price of something. So it's not, again, something you would write in an essay, but it's okay for regular conversation. And before you ask, yes, 좀 can have the same usage in this way as the word 정도. Now, this lesson is not about 정도. I have other lessons about that, but 정도 is used after a noun with a space. Also, 정도 is fine to use in both informal and formal situations, whereas 좀 would only be used in informal or casual situations. However, you can't always swap one for the other. There's also another grammar form, 정도로, which you cannot swap with 좀. In addition, 정도 can also be used with verbs, while 좀 is just attached after nouns. And you can learn more about 정도 in my live streams, which you can find on my channel. Let's look at another word now that's often confused with 좀, but is different, and that is 좀. Now, 좀 can also shorten to just 좀. These are the same. And this means about or around, so it sounds like it's the same thing, but this one is for saying about or around the time that something happens. So you're not just saying approximately or around or about, so not like around 3 hours, but around the time that something happens. And that's what makes this form different than 좀. And while you might sometimes see 좀 used after a noun, like 좀, that sort of usage is less common. And whenever you're using it after a noun, you should just use 좀 to mean around or about that amount of time. So you might still see it anyway, but just know that it's less common. 좀, however, is used with a verb. And here's how that works. You take an action verb stem and you'll attach if it ends in a consonant, or you'll just attach a lir if it ends in a vowel, followed by 좀 or tum. Note that there will be a space after this part. So literally we get around the time that verb happens. So let me erase this and I'll give you an example sentence. 버스가 도착할 쯤 비가 왔어요. So it rained around the time that the bus arrived. 도착할 쯤. Notice that it's used after the action verb 도착하다, to arrive. So around the time when the bus arrives, it was raining. And that's all you need to know about these 3 words. Have you ever seen them used before? Let me know in the comments below. Special thanks again to my Patreon supporters and channel members for helping to sponsor this channel. If you would also like to help out this channel, I'll put links to how you can do that in the description box below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again next time. 그럼 다음에 또 봐!